So hi guys, today I'm going to do the packet tracer in chapter 3 entitled Investigating the TCP/IP and OSI Model in Action. So first, objectives. Part 1, examine HTTP web traffic. Part 2, display element on the TCP/IP protocol suite. So the background, this simulation activity is intended to provide a foundation for understanding the TCP/IP protocol suite and the information to the OSI model. Simulation mode allows you to view the data contents being sent across the network layer. As data moves through the network, it is broken down into smaller pieces and identified so that the pieces can be put back together when they arrive at the destination. Each piece is assigned a specific name, protocol data unit (PDU), and associated with a specific layer of the TCP/IP and the OSI model. Packet tracer um, Simulation mode enables you to view each of the layer and associated PDU. The following steps lead the user through the process of requesting a web page from a web server using the web browser application available on a client PC. Even though much of information display will be discussed in more detail later, this is an opportunity to explore the functionality of Packet Tracer and be able to visualize the encapsulation process. So part 1, examine HTTP web traffic. So in part 1 of this activity, you will use tracer simulation mode to generate web traffic and examine HTTP. So in step 1, in the lower right corner of the packet tracer interface are tabs to toggle between real-time and simulation mode. So these two, PT always start in real-time mode. So yeah, in which network protocols operate with realistic timing. However, a powerful feature of Packet Tracer allows the user to stop time. By switching to simulation mode, in simulation mode, packets are displayed as animated in envelopes. Time is event-driven, and user can stop through network events. So the first one, click the simulation mode icon to switch from real-time mode to simulation. So I already clicked that. Select TTP from the event list filters. HTTP may already be the only visible event. Click Edit Filter to display the available visible event. Toggle the Show All None checkbox and notice how checkbox switch from unchecked to checked or checked to unchecked depending on the current state. So let's click this one and then going to if it isn't already choosing HTTP, click HTTP. It's only HTTP. Then yeah, HTTP and then close this one. So I already picked the HTTP. Click the show all checkbox until all boxes are cleared and then select HTTP. Click anywhere outside the edit filter to hide it. The visible event should now only display HTTP. So should be click this one. So it should be HTTP, display HTTP only. Then already did that. For the step 2, generate web HTTP traffic. Currently, the simulation panel is empty. So this is empty. There are 6 columns listed across the top of the event list with simulation. As traffic is generated in step 2, event appear on the list. The info column is used to inspect the current of the particular event. Note: the web server and client are displayed in the left lane. The panels can adjust in size by hovering next to the scroll bar and dragging left or right in the double-headed arrow appear. So first one, click Web Client on the far left pane. Click the desktop table. So this Web Client, then Desktop, then click the web browser. So this one. So then going to type the URL field, the www.osilocals. So I'm going to type this one. So www.osi.local. So osi.local. So yeah, then go. Because time simulation is driven event driven, you must be use the capture forward. So I'm going to um yeah now because time simulation, so I'm going you must use the button. So this one, capture forward, then look at the client server did change anything. So trouble this, go back in this, I think. So that's the last one, I think. So then look at the web client web browser page. Did anything change? So yeah, it changes. Now it result to you have successfully accessed to the home page for web server. So yeah, for the step 3, now that I'm done with this, and the simulation panel already has, then click the first colored. For the step 3, explore the content of the HTTP packet. Clear, click the first colored square box under the event list. So this, then info call. It may be necessary to expand to use to scroll the event. Ano? Yeah. So event list. So the PDU information at device web client Windows display. In this window, there are only two tabs. Yeah, the OSI model and outbound PDU details. Because this is the start of transmission. As more events are examined, there will be three tabs displayed. Okay, for inbound, so there's no inbound PDU display because there's no in layer, I think. So when an event is the last event in the stream or of traffic, only the OSI model and inbound PDU details are displayed. So yeah. So ensure that OSI model tab is selected, so it's selected already. Under the out layer bound, ensure that 7 is 11, so this, display this. What's the text display in the layer 7 label? So the text display is the HTTP client send a HTTP request to the server. So what information is listed in the numbered step directly below the in layer and out layer boxes information. So the in layer has a 7654321 layer, but has not highlighted like the outer layer is has layer 7 4 3 2 and 1. Click next. Layer 4 should be highlighted. What is the DSP port value? So this layer 4, the DSTP destination port is 80. So the 80 is the DSTP port. Then letter D, click the next layer, the layer 3. What is the destination IP value? So the destination IP value of the layer 3 is 192.168.1.2.5. So click the next layer, this layer. What information is displayed at this layer? So the information displayed at this layer is the next hop IP is a unicast. The next hop IP address is the ARP table. The device encapsulated the PDU into an Ethernet frame. So that display in layer 2. So click the outbound PDU details tab. So we're going to click this. Information listed under the PDU is reflected on the layer within the TCP IP model. So note, the information listed under the Ethernet 2 section provide even more detailed information than is listed under layer 2 on the OSI model tab. The outbound PDU details provide more description and detailed information. The value under desk MAC and source MAC within the Ethernet 2 section of the PDU details appear on the OSI model tab under the layer 2 but are not identified as such. So what is the common information listed under the IP section and the PDU details as compared to the information listed on the OSI table? With which layer it's associated with? What is the common information listed under the IP section and the PDU details? of PDU details as compared on the OSI. So it both has the um, source IP and the destination IP on as well as on the OSI model, which has on the layer 3. So what is the common information listed on the TCP section? So the TCP section of PDU as compared to the information OSI model and which layer is associated. So the common is, let's see. So the common is the source port 1025, destination port 80, which is in the layer 4, also has source port 1025 and destination port 80. So what is the host listed under the HTTP section of the PDU details? HTTP section, host listed, layer information should be associated with the OSI tab. So I think is um, so I think it's in layer 7. So send HTTP to the server. So next is number 9. Click the next colored square box under the event list. So next color now, this one. Then in only one layer is active. So yeah, on the out layers, the device is moving from the frame from buffer and placing it on the network. Advance the next HTTP layer box within the event and click the colored square to do the next HTTP, this one. So it has the in layer and the out layers. So both so it contains both in layers and out layers. Notice that the direction of the arrow directly under the in layers. So yeah, this is into in layers. So this it's pointing upward, indicating that the information is traveling. Oh, that so it's indicating with this arrow that the information and the destination is traveling. Direction in the information is traveling. Scroll through this layer, making notes of items previously viewed. At the top of the column, the arrow points to the right. This denotes the server is now sending the information back to the client. Oh, back to the client because it's arrow in the out layer. Compare the information displayed in layer and out layer. What are the major differences? I think for it does not have that major differences because it both have the source port and the destination port and both don't have the layer 5 and 6. And then click the outbound details, so this one, and scroll to HTTP section. So HTTP response. What is the first line in the HTTP message that says? So it's data connection close. It says in the first lane HTTP, it says the connection is closed. Connection closed. So click the last colored of the square. So let's close this. Last color of the square. So this one. How many tabs are displayed in the event and why? It has only 2 tabs. Think because there's no out layers. So for the part 2, display elements on the TCP/IP protocol suites. In part 2, in this activity, you will use the Packet Tracer simulation mode to view and examine some of the other protocol comprising the TCP and IP suite. So step 1, view the additional events. So close any PDU information. So let's close this first. There are extra entries play various roles within the TCP/IP suite. If the address resolution protocol ARP is listed, it searches MAC addresses. DNS is responsible for converting a name, for example, www.osi.local to an IP address. The additional TCP events are responsible for connecting, agreeing, and communicating parameters, and disconnecting the communications session between the devices. These protocols have been mentioned previously and were further discussed as the course progresses. Currently, there are over 35 possible protocols event types available for capture with the packet tracer. So click that first DNS. So I'm going to um, first click the first DNS in the column. So first, so there are TCP IP. So if the address restriction that it gives then is responsible. That is not responsible for connecting. It says here that shows all. So the event close the PDU and shows all. Okay. So shows all. Then let's continue. It says here that click the DNS event, the first DNS event. So click this. Then what explore the OSI model and PDU detail tab and note the encapsulation process. As you look at the OSI model tab layer, so this highlight as description is occurring listed in and out. The DNS client sent a DNS query to the DNS server. So yeah, this is very useful information to help understand what is occurring during the communication process. So yeah. So letter D, click the outbound details tab. What information is listed in the name? Outbound, so in the name. So what information is listed on the name on the DNS query? DNS query. So it is www.osi.local. The that is the information that is listed. So letter E, click the DNS info colored box in the which click the DNS info colored box in the list which this device is displayed. So I think already that um what is the value next to address in the click the last DNS. The last DNS. So this is the last DNS. What is the um what device is displayed? So it's web client device. So what value listed next to address in the DNS answer? So next to the DNS, what information, what value listed on the DNS address in the DNS? So it's again www.osi.local. So next is find the first HTTP. So let's close this. First HTTP is this one. Then event in the list and click the colored box to the TCP. Yeah, click the color box of the TCP event eventually. The highlight the fourth OSI in the number. So yeah, for OSI. In the numbered list directly, layer in and out. What information display under the 4 and 5? In the last find the first HTTP. So this is the first HTTP. Then click the colored box of the TCP event. Colored box of the TCP event. So yeah, so yeah, where we can um first HTTP highlight for and OSI is the number list directly below in the what is information displayed on the 4 and 5. Oh, 4 and 5. Display. So display this, and then for this. So yeah. Then TCP manage the connecting and disconnecting of the communication channel along the other responsibilities. This particular event shows that the communication channel has been established. So click the last TCP event. So this is the last TCP event. Then highlight for this one for examine the step list directly in and out layer. What the purpose of this event based on the information provided the last item in the list. So is sent segment information, the sequence number 103, the ACK number 273, and the data length 20. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you understand again and learn in this chapter.